And MX3, this is going to be brilliant. Gloves are off here. There's some great riders out there and some spectacular performances. MX3 gets underway. A couple go down, so there's a bit of carnage in the first corner. And it's going to be the 33 coming through. So brilliant stuff. We've got a big excitement. MX3. Love MX3 racing. There's some spectacular scenes, about half a dozen left behind on that whole shot corner. Everyone up and okay though, so we're going to carry on rocking with this one here. So look out, really spectacular racing on the cards here. Into that spiral section, our race leaders, there's a couple of them going at it really fast here at the moment. Big bits of drama as a couple of our top level guys have been caught up in that early hole shot. One of them being poor old Will McCready on the Iron Force Robertson International Prestige race team. Poor old Will, he'll be gutted on that KTM 300. Loving his motor at the moment, really impressive rides all over the campaign in the winter. And now with a lot of work to do, that worst four-letter word in the world at last right now, but plenty of time, 10-minute motos here. As we've got new race leaders coming through, MX3 has been a real highlight. We've got MX3 recognised as a New Zealand Senior Championship as well, so all 4 rounds of MX3 competition at our Nationals. All counted towards Fletcher Saunders, our fastest qualifier. He'll be in charge of this one here. We've got plenty of excitement rolling through. Some more of our competitors like Michael Gleeson in there for second place, Brian Kendall, Deacon Cox, good start for Deacon, he's in 4th place, Luke Macbeth running 5th, Connor Wolford there in 6th place, Jacan Horn in 7th, Nico Borend for 8th, Andre Whitehead will be 9th, and Liam Cooley rounding out our top 10, a massive 35 entries, almost capacity gate here for the Summercross. And Fletcher Saunders, delightful to see him, and he's already streaking off with a bit of a buffer, so absolutely flying on the new 2-stroke machine. Great to have him out there on MX3. Good field of entries. And we've got 10-minute motos going on strong. As MX3, brought to us by Tony Rees Motorcycles, the absolutely brilliant bike shop, they've been a long time supporter of the Summercross, and Team Rees Honda absolutely scintillating at the Cemetery Circuit on Boxing Day. Brand new lap records for Mitch in the Robert Holden Memorial feature race and the outright lap record. And even Tony with his personal best lap time for the iconic Cemetery Circuit. So Team Rees Honda and Tony Rees Motorcycles bring us MX3 action here today, and tell you what, Neil, 35 entries. MX3, certainly a feature of mine on the program. How good's this?
Oh, look, I love it. Here's a whole lot of names, for example. I'll tell you about how they qualified. Fletcher Saunders, Deacon Cox, Jacan Horn. You know, those guys are not always at the front end of an MX3 field, but all of a sudden they are here today. This is what's going to bring out the best of them. Anybody can win this class. I don't think there is one favourite. I don't think there's a real favourite in that field out there. So pretty incredible to see just how they all line up. So loving the fact that we've got our underdogs, and by the best rider win will be, I'm sure, the catalyst that we could call as to how they line up. So there you go with our MX3 field as our paper blows round in the wind here at the moment. So looking out for Fletcher doing their hard work there at the moment. The 95 for Fletcher Saunders going for it in the glory. So Fletcher Saunders lined up for this MX3 field here, brought to us by Tony Rees Motorcycles. At home with your lawn care, at home with your generators, at home with your motorbikes, of course, your farm service, and you're remembering your on-farm service, a real taste, and of course an opportunity to get the world's best bike from the world's best team. Go Tony Rees Motorcycles.
All right, it is, of course, Fletcher Saunders with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:47.1, so lightning quick pace for MX3. He was 2.7 seconds quicker than anyone in qualifying, so he's turned out to be the man to beat on the Patterson O'Connor KTM 300 2-stroke. The man from Rhoda Vegas lighting it up here. We've got young Mr. Gleeson there in 2nd place, so he's absolutely flying in a whole shot. So we've got whole shots to give away at the prize giving later on today. So he gets his first MX3 glory early on in this one here, so a bit of added incentive to get excited about the whole shots. We've got plenty of top level competitors here. And MX3 brought to us by Tony Rees Motorcycles in the update. Fletcher Saunders in the lead of this one here. with that scintillating fastest lap. Michael Gleeson now in third place. Deacon Cox is up into third, so Deacon's getting quicker and quicker. He is flying around here. We've got Mike Kendall. It will be fourth. Luke Macbeth, Connor Wolford. He'll be down to about sixth place. As Jacan Horn will be there rounding out our top 7. So Jacan looking pretty good as well. He's got some good pace early on in this MX3 moto. And Jacan doing a decent amount of moto over the winter as well, so fabulous to see. Handlebar to handlebar racing going on as Fletcher ticks up another lap. There's 4.5 minutes remaining, so just a little over halfway through race number 1 of MX3, and he's got a massive 11.7 second lead. He was the quickest again by a handful of seconds that lap, so he continues to streak off and fly here. We've got Michael there in second place still, unchallenged really for that second spot. Now he's doing a good job managing this race well, and then the action starts in behind as Mike under a bit of pressure now. Oh, it's great battles going on. MX3 certainly exciting. Mike and Connor, they have swapped places, so Connor up into third place, Mike now back to fourth. Jacan's up into fifth place. Jacan Horn a little bit quicker than third and fourth as well, so maybe a little bit of excitement coming for the Jacan Horn fan club as he's into fifth place and charging hard. And we've also got a great little four-way fighter there. So the top 10 is just absolutely electric here at the moment, but it's all the man out in front, the 95. Fletcher Saunders from Rotor Vegas, he's flying into the stadium. He's got a decent buffer over the rest of them. And he's managed this race nicely. Michael Gleeson's still there in second place, so good pace from young Michael. As he's there, and the whole shot money as well. He'll be pretty delighted about that. And Fletcher Saunders, top-level New Zealand motocross competitor, so to be in that sort of company, that will be exciting for him. We've got the update. So we had Mike in there in third place, but Connor has gone up into third, so that position has changed around. We've also got the likes of Jacan, Nico Boren and Liam Cooling absolutely handlebar to handlebar as they exit the stadium section now at the moment. And with the 2 and a bit minutes remaining, potentially could sneak in another lap, or potentially the white flag's be one of those knife edge things. When the time expires, the white flag comes out, but if there's still time on the clock, Fletcher and the team will have to crank on and do another lap. He's right in the spiral section now at the moment, so absolutely delightful to watch MX3. 35 entries, can't stress enough how exciting that is. And if you get 35 bikes on the track, you're always going to have some spectacular stuff. The Snowaponga track, that trap maintenance they did at the break there has just turned this thing back into an absolute pristine location. And the pace is still red hot, that 1 minute 46.7, that fastest lap of the race. That is a quick lap from the young Fletcher Saunders. On the 95 from the Patterson O'Connor racing team as well. Really good to have him out here with Trimax Logging, SS Harvesting, White's Power Sport, Fly Racing, Leah, Chowie and Bridgestone, all helping this young man show them a clean set of heels in MX3 racing. And Neil touched on it before, 35 entries in any class is going to be spectacular, but MX3 turning it on here today.
At the moment, as we go back to the update at the moment for race 1 of our MX3 lineup today, Fletcher Saunders, Michael Gleeson have got the whole shot. Shout out to Connor Wolford, Jacan Horn, along with Mike Kendall looking in there for Nico Berend and Liam Cowling. So Nico, there's another good name to have out of MX3 racing in the country. So well done, as Brad has highlighted. Keen to get an MX3 class, chomping at the bit to give record numbers for our up-and-coming Yamaha New Zealand Motocross Nationals. Great news out of Motorcycle New Zealand for that Yamaha-sponsored championship. First round over Waitangi weekend coming up in the first weekend of February, so that's 5 weeks away, just 5 weeks away. And the following round is 3 weeks later, 3 weeks later in Balclutha, South Otago. The following round then is at Pukekohe 4 weeks later at the end of March, and 2 weeks later to the week after Easter for the final at Taranaki. Been a long time since we had finals at Taranaki. That brings back some memories. The famous Country Lodge venue and other great venues in the Taranaki, but now of course with Barrett Road. So 4 great rounds of the Yamaha New Zealand Senior Motocross Nationals due to kick off in 5 weeks time, and MX3 will be part of that as well. Great news as we kick it off. But there it is, all with Fletcher Saunders, Mitchell Gleeson in there. Mitchell got a incredible whole shot, so he shares the glory on that one. But I tell you what, the 95 of Fletcher Sandals out of Rotorua on the Trimax Logging, SS Harvesting, Patterson, O'Connor Motorcycles, White Power Sport, Fly Racing, Leard, along with Shoei and Bridgestone. Proud to be putting it all together. He too on the 300 XS. So that's of course, generally regarded as a sort of an off-road motorcycle more than motocross, although I'm sure that we'd catch somebody. Hamish Harwood wouldn't agree with us. He'd say they're all a motocross bike and every bit of it. The 300 SX 2-stroke out there for Fletcher at the moment. So, Brad, a great start for the boys in the sun. Look at this track, just getting better and better, moulding into shape. Now starting to make some ruts, starting to build up some berms as well. But this beautiful soft dirt really feeling into its own right now.
Absolutely, yeah. Fletcher Saunders lining them up here, so the white flag will be able to come out. This will be one lap to go on the Patterson O'Connor KTM 300. He is loving it. He's on fire here today. One more to go. For Fletcher Saunders, what a performance on the cards here. We've got Mitchell Gleeson there, which will be second place at the moment for Mitch. As he's certainly getting into his work. He's got a decent little buffer back to third place. So that is your top at the moment. We've got a battle for the podium, red hot. Right in behind, Connor and Jacan. Trying to find it out for the final podium spot. There's not much in it there, and the final lap's going to be pretty exciting on the edge of your seat stuff. As we see Fletch streaking off in the distance. We've got plenty to look out for behind. And we talked about the Summercross points. 50 points for the win. 46 for second, 43 for third. But the good thing about the Summercross points, everyone that finishes the moto, we get points right down to 40th place. So everyone in the moto gets points. So jostling for position has never been more important than right here at the Summercross. So even the likes of the people in the top 30, 30th and onwards, every position on the racetrack worth fighting for at the moment. As we look out with excitement, the battle for the podium's the one going into the number 6 jump here at the moment and heading into the spoil. Jacan might have got the job done. I think got a new podium shake up here. Jacan Horns really got excited in the back end of this moto. Now he's in third place, which has put Connor back into fourth, and there's plenty in behind them as well. Mx3, we talked about it being one of our favourites. It certainly turned it on here. And we're looking out for our race leader. Some kind of show he's put on here. Got out the front early. Managed this race nicely. Good to see him on this 300cc 2-stroke. What a wonderful bike. We talked about Will McCready at the start of the race. He's on one of these things as well. So love our 2-stroke racing, and this is going to feel mighty, mighty good. Turned up, we got the fastest lap in qualifying on pole, and translates that into a race when Fletcher Saunders gets the first MX3 glory as he gets it done in style. And then we're going to look out for Mitchell, going to be there in second place. So there is Mitch coming through on the 33. Well done to Mitch coming through. He'll grab second place, and it is going to be Jacan into the final corner. He's got the job done. Jacan Horn lights it up. He loves that. So a podium spot for Jacan. Connor's going to be there for a good fourth place. And then look out, Lego Borend will be there. Will that be fifth place for Nico Kine Cox, who had a pretty good showing early on in the moto, has slipped back into what will be sixth place for Deacon Cox. Andre Whitehead going to come home in seventh place. Mike Kendall, Josh Waller, and then we go back to Mitch Brady to wrap us all up here. Race one of MX3 Spectacular as always, Neil.
And brought to us by Tony Rees Motorcycles with the MX3 lineup. Wow, this is one class that sometimes we see some of our boys, we've watched it, for example, a Pre de Boone. He was a hot shot in MX3, but he's deservedly and rightfully moved up into MX1. So there is nobody there to me that stands out. If you were to say Fletcher, we'd say, yeah, what a very good rider he is, but there was no one hot favourite, although in saying that, he certainly looks to have taken the bull by the horns and done extremely well out there. Taranaki visitor Deacon Cox running up and amongst them. What about people like Blake Hermanson, who we've seen here? You could go through this field and say any one of them would be a top name. Jacan Horn is featured in that top group as well. And then unfortunately somebody like Will McCready, who has got a lot of potential, but unfortunately turned it into a bummer with a bad hiccup from the start of the race, so gutted in that one. But and Mitchell Gleeson, of course, following on from the Gleeson family's incredible success in motorsport. So well done for the Tiara man there on that YZ450F. So bring it on with some great running MX3 racing brought to us by Tony Rees Motorcycles. A reminder of the helicopter rides. Helicopter just landed again over in the pit area or in fact actually on the mini track where we were yesterday for the mini motocross, and that's an extension of the pits over there. So please, if you want one of those rides available, while we're able to fill it up, we'll keep them going. As soon as the gap in the traffic, the running time for a helicopter is excessive, so as long as it's